everything I've spent 15 years building. We need to start cultivating a religious environment where you don't have to lose everything to feel safe in your own bed. And if an institution's goal of separation in marital counseling is to return someone to a romantic relationship, regardless of, is this person good for me? Am I safe? Am I getting enough good from this institution of marriage that it is worth the sacrifice and the mental anguish and physical activity that's being required of me? Very rarely do leaders actually talk to people and say, it doesn't matter if you stay married or not. Being married is not more important than feeling safe. Being married is not more important than your kids having a healthy, masculine influence in their life. There are women out there that are so indoctrinated to, I'm married, I have to suffer for Christ. They will stand by their horrible husbands in federal prison who touched all their sisters. And I'm referring to Josh Duggar. His wife is so indoctrinated to worship marriage and suffer every affliction that she's still married to a man who shouldn't even qualify as a man. He's a monster. This is the kind of indoctrination, gaslighting, and just general terror that women in religious circles face. And it's not even just in Christianity. I mean, you look at every major world religion. The top three, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, have a recognizable patriarchal form. They all stem from a patriarchal, archaic view that women are just accessories. That God, or whatever deity that religion believes, a woman was given to man to be his supporter. Women are never primary in any major religion. You look at Christianity, women were created to serve man. And it's rare in the Bible that a woman is ever spoken about in a positive light. Rare. Usually, women were only talked about nicely if they were helping, saving, or creating Israel. And women who don't serve men's best interests were villainized in the Bible. If a woman viewed or had a different belief outside of Judaism, she was called a whore. And there are numerous instances in the Bible where a woman's ability to live after captivity was judged on if she had been married or not. If you've ever read the Bible and heard many passages saying that anyone who's known a man should be put to the sword. A man, basically the amount of touch a man has on a woman determined whether or not she would be a captive slave or a dead corpse. That's how little religion views women. Women are so vulnerable in institutions that focus on male headship, male leadership, male control, that unless a woman's life is in danger or she's terrified of his influence over the kids, she won't leave. A woman will put up with anything as long as a man doesn't touch her or touch her kid. A woman will live 40 years with a verbally abusive and emotionally abusive pig. But since he hasn't touched anybody, I won't leave. This is the toxic environment religion creates. And there's a reason why conservative people love family values. They love family and heterosexual, heteronormative things. It benefits men. usually white, Caucasian, cis men. And it's a structure that isn't just, it doesn't just go against women. It goes against anybody who isn't white, cis, heterosexual men. And the Southern Baptist Church is well known for supporting the worst ideologies in America. White supremacy, Trump, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia. I mean, any bad thing, you will find Southern Baptists there. They care more about having another child brought into the world than they do the autonomy of a mother. And there are many ways that churches, specifically Christianity, what they do and the doctrine they teach is to keep people in their place. I mean, that's how white Baptist members kept African Americans in segregation and slavery. They believed that everyone had a place. And people who don't fit in their place in history usually were hanged, set on fire, or called a whore. Any woman that doesn't fit stereotypical religious gender roles were killed, ostracized, or worse, erased. The church talks people out of reporting, leaving, and having autonomy to protect the church's reputation. This goes all the way back to the Catholic Church, why they covered up thousands and decades of the worst forms of abuse. They had to protect the church's reputation. However, every institution has predators. And facing these issues, fixing these issues, and holding people accountable makes your church look good versus hiding, stonewalling, gaslighting, and threatening doesn't make churches look good. It makes them look bad. That's why a lot of the traditional conservative denominations of Christianity are losing a lot of members every year because people smell the hypocrisy. You can't say we want to protect the family and then vote for people like Trump, who has 26 misconduct accusations. It doesn't wash. The church wants to deflect legal consequences. In many cases, leaders seek to avoid lawsuits, police investigations, and financial repercussions from these investigations by keeping abuse hidden from the authorities. A 2022 report at the Southern Baptist Convention found that leaders stonewalled and disparaged sex abuse survivors for over 2 decades, in part to protect the organization. And what's even worse than protecting predators, churches will move known predators to other places who aren't aware of the predator's predation to harm other people. I mean, I would have a lot more respect for the Catholic Church if they caught, confronted, fired, and published why they got fired, why they fired these people. I would respect that. I don't respect a religion or an institution that moves predators around. What do they expect these predators to do? To not pray? And by pray, I mean P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y. Moving a known predator to another place is more evil, in my opinion, than harming kids. And let me clarify. People wouldn't pray as much if there wasn't a group of people that protect gaslight and